Hello. Right now, this is it's called the Muyil Laguna. This is at about 30, 40 kilometers away, maybe about 30 kilometers away from Tulum. We drove. It took us not even that long. It took us maybe 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes, to come here. The archaeological site is closed, unfortunately, but we can still take a walk in the jungle. That's pretty much what we're here for. Just to see the lagoon and see the jungle. Lots of birds around here. There's some kind of a sign. Yeah. Let's see what it says there. Orch? Oh, okay. I thought this was like a sign for the name of the plant, but no, it's somebody's property. That's what that was. Look at these palmettos. You find these in South Carolina, but this is, I mean, this grows here. It grows in Central America. These are, I wonder if they're not even palmettos. These are bigger palmettos. I don't know what species that is. Oh, here we are. I asked the guy at the entrance about jaguars. He says you can't see them here. He says they're more in the mountains somewhere. But we have a picture of a jaguar there. Look at this. Okay, so they're saying that you can go to prison if you're caught destroying natural vegetation. Can you hold this back for me? And then 3 years in prison when your activities are affecting a natural protected area, if you start a forest fire, you can get 2 to 10 years of prison. Here's the jaguar, El Complejo Sian Ka'an. Oh, some kind of a bird, very specific bird that's hidden up here, and here he is. Here's the bird. And you guys know me, I'm a bird fan, so whenever I see these tropical birds, I have to record them. Although this camera is not really the best for that kind of stuff, but like Helen said, Yucatan seems to be a heaven for bird watching, right? It's better than Nicaragua. You know, we thought that in Nicaragua we'd see all kinds of birds, and we did, but you got to go really high up. Here I think we have the Yucatan jay. It has a blue back. I think that's a Yucatan jay. But in any case, yeah, we have lots of birds here. Lots of animals as well. Oh, I think we got to the waterfront. That's the lagoon over there. Look at that. That's pretty much what we came here for. Wow. And of course it's a bit windy because we are next to a body of water next to the lagoon, so that's what's causing all this wind. But let's see what it says here. Reserva de la biosfera Sian Ka'an. Okay. This is obviously the map of the area. So see, Helen, Sian Ka'an is this whole thing.
Yeah.
Where we went yesterday. We went from up there,
yeah,
and we kind of, we drove a little bit down that peninsula. But Sian Ka'an apparently is this whole thing.
Yeah,
right now we're, I think, somewhere. Where are we here? Maybe we're somewhere there. Oh no, up there. Chunyaxche. Yeah, so where we drove yesterday is not even on the map here because Tulum is above that.
Okay.
You're changing tour?
Yes. They decide.
You want to make the bigger one?
We're going to do the longer one.
Yeah, they decide to make the long
Patrimonio
one
natural.
because it's
So apparently this here this is an international I guess UNESCO site. It's
you see the third lagoon,
a natural heritage
a little bit more fauna like the crocodile, the manatees, and you have the beach. On the beach, the boat goes out to the beach. You make a short walk and you swim a little bit, and then you come back. So you swim 2 times. You swim to
This is where people take boat tours. The boat tours here, I'm guessing they're okay, but again, 1,000 pesos per person. It's a little bit on the pricey side, I find. Here's the boat, presumably where you'll go if you decide to take the boat tour. Windy again, so my audio will get but it is where it is. It's the equivalent of a lake. So lagoons, I think the way they were formed was by craters that were created by asteroids. Or calcium rocks that kind of created these holes in the ground. Actually, the Muyil Laguna, there's not much to do over there. We parked. Parking is super affordable. It's I think 50 Mexican pesos per car, so that's all good. But then you walk. It's a short walk. You walk to the lagoon, and you have the option of taking a boat tour, right? But the boat tour is again 1,000 Mexican pesos per person. That's it's a bit too much. But there are some hiking trails, presumably. That's what they told us. Again, it's so windy around here. I'm pretty sure this will destroy my audio again, but it is what it is. Here's again a picture of some animals that you can encounter here. Flamingos. Oh no, this is not a flamingo. This is a spoonbill. And on this side we see that they have I don't know how they got what's happening. That this is a pool that's surrounded by land. It's not connected to any mangrove outlets, any bays that come out onto the ocean. But in any case, it's a nice area. It's pretty nice looking. It's beautiful. So that's what that is. But again, not much to do besides hiking in the forest, which we love doing. Right? We're all for that. That's okay. So let us go into the forest, after the hiking paths, and we'll see what's happening over there. Again, we saw some more birds. There's some rust-colored bird here. I have no clue what the species is. This is it's a swampy area, so I'm not gonna venture for. There it is. Another specimen flew into the brush, but too bad it's a swampy area. I'd love to go into the brush here just to go after the birds. So I spoke to some bird watchers down there. They told me that they saw the turquoise-browed motmot this morning in these very woods around here. That's the national bird of Nicaragua. We're in the Yucatan now, but you can see the guardabarranco even here. And from what I remember from the map, the guardabarranco, there are pockets of guardabarancos that live. Is that the woodpecker? Is that the Yucatan woodpecker?
Yeah, it looks like a woodpecker.
Yeah, there are pockets of guardabarancos that live on the Yucatan as well. so awesome. You know, like this ecosystem is beautiful. For me, this is gold. And we'll attempt to go into the brush. There is some kind of a trail that goes to the left, and we'll see what we can find there. So right now we're literally in the middle of the jungle. We took a side trail off the main path, and as you can see, we're walking here just to see what kind of an ecosystem and habitat this is. This is truly amazing. The plant variety here, you can't find this at that many places in the world. This is one of the, I think, UNESCO's natural heritage sites from what I've seen. It's part of the international heritage. I saw a plant here that I was curious about. It's this here, something that it's maybe in the aloe family.
Yeah,
This here,
yeah.
it could be,
It was this one that you were looking at.
yeah,
More specific.
could be a bromeliad. I mean, it's probably a bromeliad, but if anybody knows what this is, maybe you guys can leave a comment down below, because I'm really curious about this plant. Bless you, Helen. Bless you. Same for this here, these specific shapes of leaves. I think I have a liana that's stuck on me. Yeah. So yeah, this is awesome stuff. You know, we're in the middle of a jungle. We took a side trail. We didn't venture too deep into the woods because it is very humid, you know, and it gets hot. So when you walk on this, you're gonna start to sweat. But even this is pretty good. Look at this plant. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Personally, I'm enjoying this. For me, this is gold. Again, that plant with those specific leaves. These are the limestone rocks that I was talking about. You can find them all over Yucatan, and like I said, it's the only mineral that you can find on this peninsula, because the Yucatan Peninsula literally rose up from the sea. It's a seabed, and it's only limestone, nothing else. So because of that, you see on these rocks that they have those, you know, those pores, crevices, holes. So what that means is that that was created by sea salt. So again, millions of years ago, it was underwater. It was a seabed. Even these things that I use to support these poles are made out of limestone, out of the minerals from the Yucatan Peninsula. Unbelievable stuff. Is there some kind of a small creek? Okay, so we'll get back to the parking lot. Maybe we can walk a bit more, and if not, we'll find something in the village of Chunyaxche. Is that the name of the village?
I think so.
The Mayan village? We found another path in these woods. Again, you can see how the soil is, like I said before, it's very specific here, because all of this was underwater millions of years ago. And here's a typical sinkhole that you can expect to find in the Yucatan. Literally a hole in the ground, because the whole of the ground is, the entire ground is porous. All that sea salt created that. These were, you know, like it was a seabed. Some people say that it was a coral reef, but no, it wasn't a coral reef. It was rather a seabed made out of limestone. Hence, the only mineral you can find here is limestone. So we'll just see for how long we can take this path. It's interesting. It's very, very hot here. Do you find that it's humid, Helen? Or
Yeah,
it's a little humid,
It
yeah.
is,
So
it is.
anyone who would want to come for a hike here, I would recommend bring lots of water, right? Thankfully, we're protected from the sun by the thick canopy above us. but it's very hot and humid. So if you walk at a fast pace, you're gonna sweat. Again, sinkhole underneath. Literally, we're walking on an ancient seabed. Amazing stuff. Really, really fascinating for geologists, for anyone who is a biologist who likes nature and science. This will be a treasure mine. What will be interesting, because it's good for bird watching here. So I might come back here early in the morning at some point, just so I can catch a glimpse of some types of birds that can be seen here. Like I said, I was told by that bird watching couple that they saw the guardabarranco, they saw the turquoise-browed motmot early in the morning here. Look at this tree. Crazy. They saw the turquoise-browed motmot, and yeah, it was great. They even took pictures of it. But right now it's getting late, so relatively late, so we can't see that many birds. They're seen mostly early in the morning.